Good evening, and good evening and salutations, our soap opera fans. I know this is kind of last minute, even though I did sit there and talk about it in the live stream, but we're sitting here talking about General Hospital today, and I am joined with the lovely, beautiful, talented Tuere. How you doing today?
I am doing fabulous, Albert. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Not gonna lie, I'm doing pretty good. So yes, we're talking General Hospital today. Again, I know it's kind of last minute. Um, I kind of did that for a reason to some extent, but as we sit there and start the live stream, we'll kind of get into that. Um, as you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Really does help the algorithm. But yes, I want to
Hit
sit
that
there.
like button, yeah.
Exactly. I want to sit there and ask you, what did you think of General Hospital this week?
I loved it. I loved it. Okay, let me ask you: do you think that since the old writers know they're officially gone now, are they already gone, or are because we're still reading their scripts? I would imagine, right?
Yeah, because they do tape a little bit in advance, not that much. It's not like Days of Our Lives, but it does tape in advance a little bit. So we're still probably getting some of the old stuff. What's good to happen? What's good, Gemini? And this
I
is
just
this
feel
is
like they.
Query's. Sorry, I was going to sit there and say this is Query's first live stream, so definitely give her warm welcome.
I just feel like they're trying to go out with a bang, and I'm really excited about that. And the show was just phenomenal. The juice was flowing. There was turns that I was not expecting. The Muldoon case, we all were kind of like, "Ugh." And then I was what? I wasn't seeing. I wasn't expecting that, and I was thinking Valentin was going to put Nina into ELQ, but he didn't. He's going to do his own. They want to do their own thing. I wasn't. So I love the unexpectedness. Albert, that's been missing in our show. Shh. Sorry, grandchild is here in the background. If y'all hear her.
And Kyrie says, "Oh, did you read it or?"
I'm gonna throw my glasses on so I can read that. Oh, hey, Kyrisi! The fabulous Kyrisi himself.
And Deborah has a question. She says, "I have a question. Do you think Finn will win this case?"
Oh yeah, he would. And to be honest with you guys, real life doctors normally win anyway. They're the ones who get the high paid lawyers, But with that incident coming up that this person knew that he had cancer already, it's pretty much a done data.
Yeah. Obviously, I feel like he's going to win. I don't think it's not one of those things where it's like, okay, he's going to lose. So what's he going to do next? Work at
Right.
Kelly's? Like, I mean, no. So yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to win, but it's just like, where'd you? Okay, see, my issue is that I feel like this story kind of came out of left field. It was just like, oh, people are complaining that Finn is really boring, so let's give him something interesting to do. And then it's just this malpractice suit out of nowhere. And I felt like there should have been more build up to it, like maybe see the patient, see the family, or something like that. But
And I remember a show when they did show a scene in General Hospital when he was like he was trying to take care of a patient, and I wish they would, and it was something that he had to rush and go do real quick, and I wish it was that. I wish they would have connected that Muldoon to that one because that patient died. So I wish if they would have connected that patient to the patient that he lost, then we would have had some reference, some point of reference. Because now he's an infectious disease doctor. So he's kind of just, he's doing all kinds of things. But if they would have attached that patient to him, then we would have been, oh, that's when that patient died and he was all sad about. Oh, okay. But they never even did it. But maybe that's why we're getting new writers. Sorry, guys. I know I can't see anything. Corey, I got to ask you this before Albert attempts to corrupt you. Albert is not a corrupter, everybody. He's a peacekeeper. What do you think of Danny when you used to watch The Young and the Restless? I don't remember Danny. I'm sorry. I don't remember Danny on The Young and the Restless. I did watch your live stream last night, Kyrese. So I did hear what you had to say. I would have to watch Young and the Restless to get what Danny's up to. The only people I really remember is the immediate Newmans and Victor's other kid he had on the outside by the blind chick. That's all I really remember.
Gemini says Albert is not a peacekeeper. Well, also, it's actually just Kyrese, not Kyresian. Kyrese.
It's Kyrese? Oh, I was always calling him Kyrese.
Well, I mean, honestly, listen, you did it better than me because when he was in my lives, I used to just butcher his name like there was no tomorrow. We're boys now, we're cool. But in the beginning, I used to really sit there and butcher this man's name. Now he already knows that I gotta sit there and say about Danny. I'm gonna be harsh and just say it.
I watched your live about
Okay,
Danny.
so you're in the okay, so you're in.
Yeah, I was shook that you. I was like, wow, Albert is really upset. the title said it all. That's why I clicked. That was like, I got to see what he has to say. And then when I seen it, I was like, I feel like this. This is the beautiful thing about General Hospital is that we all can express our opinions, and we should feel safe to express them. And we're all going to have different opinions because we're all different. That's the beautiful thing about it. So yeah. I'm okay with different opinions. I mean, as long as we're not calling each other names because of our different opinions, I think that's where we cross the line. Hey, Danny, what's up, girl? Sorry, y'all. I'm blind as a bat. That happens when you turn 51.
Well, you don't look it. So like I said, whatever you're doing, keep doing that.
Thank you.
Yes, and that's very true. It's actually really weird. I actually want to bring a video, sort of how to becoming a YouTuber and like a live streamer and stuff like that. I did it because throughout this video, I may sit there and kind of point some stuff out or whatever, but I didn't want to feel like I was being repetitious, and then I would have to do it later on. So that's why I did it earlier.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Babysitter's late.
It's all good. Yeah, it's definitely going to end tragedy, Miss Bumblebee. But no, it's funny you sit there and say, it's fine that we disagree and stuff like that because it's fine if you disagree as long as there's no name calling.
Right? We gotta be respectful.
Yes, which of course used to wind up happening before. But I'll tell you about that story a little bit after we're done. But yeah.
Well, Danny is a really good man. See, Kyrese, after your rampage on Nina, I don't know. I feel like you were created to be the no guy, to be I'm going to stand out and be the different person. I'm going to stand out and I'm going to scream and holler for the person with the least power. Everybody's saying yes, and I'm going to say no. And then you find things and reasons to say no, which validates it, to an extent. But after the Nina rant, I don't know what I could say about it. I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying anything. I'm just stay neutral because I don't know enough about Danny to say anything. He might be a real jerk.
So pretty much what you sat there and said was because I know you were sitting there being really nice and sweet, and that was very cute. What you pretty much what I'm saying was because you're rant on Nina and you want to sit there and kind of root for the underdog and this, that, and the third. I don't know if I should really sit there and take that whole Danny thing to heart. That's pretty much what you want. I'm saying
that's perfect.
That was a nice way of saying it.
Here, take your tablet and go. I wish your auntie would come on. I'm so sorry, Albert.
Oh no, it's okay. Daphne says, Albert and young lady, do you think that the PCP will find Esme?
No, they couldn't find themselves in a lit closet with only them in it. Albert, were you just like when you seen the trails that she left? Were you just like, come on?
I thought everyone was idiots. Well, I'm trying to use nice language because I don't know when they're coming back, your grandchild. But
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I'm like, they're just dumb. That's just what it comes down to. So she wrote she had a letter and they just happened to find it. And so everyone was like, oh, don't worry because she's going to be in Canada. Let's sit there and send our cops over there because a letter's there. Like, you
And
know how
it wasn't even her office. It was Alexis's office. Why would she leave a personal letter in Alexis's office? I am not a cop or a detective, but I figured that out and put two and two together. So I was just like, oh, Dante, jeez. And y'all nice to look at, but is this it? I mean, do we need Anna then? I think we need somebody with a little bit more
common sense.
Yeah, because I was upset. I ain't gonna front. I was just like, the dumbness is showing. I don't see you guys. You guys are acting a little naive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I literally sit there and I'm just like, y'all just a bunch of idiots. Y'all just a bunch of idiots. Point blank period. Exactly. The common sense for sure, Gemini. Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb. There's no other way to sit there and put it. It's for plot point. But you gotta dumb people down. That's the issue and granted, it's not just soap operas, it's just shows in general. When you gotta dumb someone down to advance the plot, it's always
Like Laura, like Laura.
Yeah.
Laura had the day of reckoning yesterday. I was like, thank God. I was starting to get worried. I was like, is it dementia? Is it old folk foggy brain? I'm getting up there, Lori. I know you are up there, Laura Lou. She's up there higher than me. Jeannie's up there higher than me, but still, and then that conversation she had with Portia. Yeah. I was just, they dumbed her down for Esme. I really think they dumbed a character that's been on the soap screen for a very long time. Has been through tragedy upon tragedy, and they dumbed her down for Esme. I don't know. And so I wasn't surprised about the taste thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it wasn't the first time that they had to dumb characters down for plot point. Remember Peter August?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Everybody was dumbed down for him, though. I think everybody was. And they just obliterated Maxie's common sense. Maxie has been through, if y'all have watched General Hospital since the beginning, since she came onto the show, Maxie has went through some stuff, been through some stuff. You would think with her knowledge as growing up and just dealing with all the crap she put herself in, that she would have seen Peter walking from a mile away.
What was the other guy? Levi? I think that's what his name. After Levi, it was like if you didn't grow a brain since Levi, then you got no hope at this point.
Yeah, and so but you're right. Laura Lou was not the first person they dumbed down. Anna, they dumbed her down. I feel like there has been a dumbing down of a lot of the characters, though, unfortunately, to make another character excel. I'm not going to say who else I think because I might get in trouble.
Well, you can listen. You can say your opinion.
Sonny, they weakened Sonny. They took his backbone, and Kyrese, I know you're going to get mad at me when I say this, to get with Nina. They took everything that he built himself up on. I've watched Sonny since he walked his strip show self into the show and is drugging girls to dance for him. He has really grown a lot. I ain't gonna say girls, I'm gonna say girl. Grown a lot since then. He had certain ethics, like when Christine was saying, you have certain ethics, certain values, certain core beliefs. They took all of that away so that he can have Nina. I just thought that was just crazy. He could have had Nina and still kept his ethics.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. De Havilland says, well, I mean, because Spinelli has feelings for Maxine. That's why. That's why he's jealous of Cody. Because he has feelings for Maxine.
Because he still wants her. Okay, so I've never been a Cody fan. I'm gonna be real, I've never been a Cody fan, but I loved Cody and Spinelli. I loved how their chemistry, how they were bouncing off of each other. How Cody was like, "Hey man, you still like her? I can help you out in the love department." It's just not that he can, but Spinelli don't got Stone Cold right now, so he has nobody to really kind of be his wingman till Stone Cold gets back. But it was nice to see the man chemistry between Spinelli and Cody. I was like, okay, I like them. I like how they're acting. I like how their interaction with each other.
Wow. See, and that's the thing. See, that's the thing that's really interesting because 10 people could sit there and watch a scene, have 10 different opinions, right? So while you said that it was really nice and it was really interesting, I was annoyed as hell. I was annoyed as hell. Nelly was just annoying, just whiny, and just like, I'm like, bro, can you just grow a pair and and just all over the top and not even able to sit there and read the room, you know?
But he didn't read the room the last time when they had the last time when they were all together. He didn't read the room then either. You know, when he had came in there, was going off on Cody about how he was acting towards about how he was acting, how about whatever. He didn't read the room about Cody either. And he went off on Cody in front of Felicia and everybody was like, but they're dumbing down him because they haven't been using Spinelli for any of these things. Spinelli would have figured out about the cameras. Spinelli would have figured out about the Pinville thing. Spinelli would have figured out about Esme, where she's really at. Spinelli would have solved the majority of the crimes that's going on, but they have not been using him at all, but for propping up Cody. Now that's what I'm tired of. Sasha's propping up Cody. Maxie's propping up Cody. And now we have Spinelli propping up Cody. I don't know. I could be wrong with that, Albert. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I can see your point. Carrie does have a question, comment for you.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. Oh, I always call Carly out. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. No, I'm gonna call Carly out because Carly was the reason why I stopped watching General Hospital for a while. Because I just could not take her and her stupidity. If you know early Carly, she was hard, especially the Alcazar days.
Did we have Laura right then? Did we have Laura right then?
No, it was Tamara. It was Sarah and Tamara. I'm gonna keep it real. I loved, like I told you before, I love the growth of Carly. Sarah was the kind of crazy ditzy crazy Carly. Tamara was kind of, okay, I'm getting it back together. I'm holding my own Carly. And Laura's like, I got it. I'm still making mistakes, but I got it. I'm growing up. I'm leaving that young craziness behind. I watched the Bobby scenes with when she found out that when Bobby found out that Carly was her daughter. That was so, man. And Sarah killed that role. So I feel like there was an evolution of Carly from the beginning to the end. But yeah, it was during between a Sarah and Tamara. I had to stop. I could not. I was just like, oh Jesus. Because she was dating Sonny. She finally got the man that she wanted, and she was doing kind of what Nina's doing now, sabotaging the relationship. What do you think about this whole entire Sonny and Ava going to Puerto Rico? We all know what he does when he goes to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I know. Remember what happened the last time he was there with Ava. So
we're not going to get crib sex. We're going to get Puerto Rico. I didn't want them back together, but it looks like Ava is really stepping into the lady of the house kind of situation. When she offered Brick you want some espresso, Brick? And then she sat down on the couch and Sonny looked at her and she's like, what? It brought me back to when he used to date Sarah and Tamara, and he would tell them to get out because he has business to talk about.
Yes.
I'm going to kill your auntie, girl. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's cool. To be fair, I did forget that like my time difference and your time difference is a lot different. So that's on me. But I see it, especially with like, so you start watching it for a while. And then would you just like watching nothing, or would you watching?
I was watching Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful and all the other shows. Okay. Because you remember back then we had All My Children. We had One Life to Live.
Yes,
in General Hospital. made you kind of feel some kind of way, you can watch everybody else until you were over your feelings about your character being a complete dutz. And then you go back and, take a couple of shows later, you're right back in. But that did, when I did get upset with Carly, that did open the doors widely for grown-up Tuere to fall in love with Y&R and B&B and All My Children. I always loved All My Children and One Life to Live. So I love the old days, man. But I have caught up. Before I started doing these lives, that's what really brought me into the live streams, to doing YouTube. Is I went through this phase where I was like, you know what, I'm going to watch Old General Hospital. And I watched it all from the time Sonny came to the time Michael got killed old girl. And then I just started watching, I was already watching General Hospital. So then I just kept going with that. Right, you're going to watch what you got and you're going to be happy. Now go away. Go, you got your tablet. Go play. Sorry. I don't talk to my grandkid like that.
No.
He's being a little bit of too much right now.
That's not mean. That's the thing that wound up happening with lives and stuff like that. Sometimes life just happens and you just go with it.
I really am, and I wanted to be so ready and professional for you today, and I just feel like a complete like.
Listen, if people in the chat are having a good time and you're able to sit there and acknowledge them from time to time while you're talking, that's what it really comes down to. Like, okay, this is a different dynamic because it's me and you, right? But let's just sit there and say it was either you or me. Then we'll be talking, we'll be sitting there answering questions in the chat. It's a different dynamic. So, you're doing fine, to be honest.
Thank you, Albert.
You're having a good time. That's what it really
I'm having a great time. I'm excited. And I'm going to be even more excited when my daughter gets here. Because I'm going to be like, yeah. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, guys.
No, she's not.
Are you getting to know me a lot more?
Well, that's the plan. That's the idea.
That is the idea, man. Oh man, Albert, I am excited right now. I have been waiting for the day. I've been prepping for this day. I even tried to watch some Y&R just in case some Y&R questions, and I knew he was going to ask me about the Danny thing, Tyrese, and I was going to watch some Y&R so I could see what Danny Boy is doing because obviously he's made Albert disgusted.
Yeah, I mean, just putting it lightly. And Kyrie says you're doing more than fine. You're perfect.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, what it comes down to, as long as you're having a good time, that's really what it comes down to. Me and Danny Bear, I think it was maybe last year we started doing our first live together, and she's a pro now.
Oh yeah, she is. I've seen some of hers. She definitely is, and she does long ones too. So you go, girl.
I'm not talking about the videos. I'm talking about the actual live streams. Like she did a lot.
Yeah.
And she does good. She has a good time and she's more open and stuff like that. So
that's how I found out that she was doing lives, because I watched her on your live stream and I was like, she got her own channel. Okay, let me check her out. And I checked her out. I was like, okay, Albert opening doors. Knock.
I mean, that's what James did for me. So I'm just paying it forward at this point.
Well, thank you for paying it forward. We need more people like you paying it forward. And Tyrese, thank you, because you opened the door for me to meet Albert. So thank you so much. You're such a sweetheart.
And then you're going to be doing that for somebody else. So,
I do plan on it. Stop. Now you're doing extra stuff. Ooh, I only got one granddaughter. You have any grandkids yet, Albert? You look a little too young to have grandkids.
No. No.
You're a very lucky man.
Yeah,
take your time. Take your time. Stop.
What else wound up happening in General Hospital? So, I mean, you started watching soap operas way back in the day, and then you stopped watching General Hospital. You started watching like Young and Restless and everything like that. But then when you started in General Hospital, did you stop watching the other stuff, or
No, I was a mom. So, and I worked from home then, and then I went into landscaping. So I controlled my own schedule, and most landscapers, we work early mornings. So I was always able to get my stuff done and get home to watch all the soaps. I didn't start watching. I stopped watching Y&R and B&B when I started doing the job I'm doing now, because it's very time consuming, and I'm normally gone during the morning hours. I miss those shows, and I was going to ask you today too. Do they show those on Hulu too, or is it just General Hospital?
Just General Hospital.
Just General Hospital. Do they have another live streaming service for them, or is it a nah thing?
It's a nod thing. Well, Danny actually has a question for you.
Let me get my glasses, because I threw them. My granddaughter took them, and I can't even. They're in the kitchen. Why are they in my glasses in the kitchen?
I'll read it for you. Danny says, "Thank you. I'll watch your channel. Also, I'll be catching up this weekend while I'm sick in bed."
Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're sick. Everything is going around right now, Danny. So stay safe.
I mean, I wasn't trying to make it sound like that, like Mika. Solomon says, Tuere, I have to check your channel out. Sounds like you know a lot about soaps.
Well, I say I have an opinion. I have an opinion. I think this is a learning curve for all of us. I've watched Albert's lives. I've watched Brock's lives. I've watched James' lives. I've watched Kyrie's lives. And I learned stuff that I did. Like, I will do my show and then I watch y'all guys' show, because I don't like watching you guys' show and then doing my show. I think that's kind of like stealing almost. Even though I'm not using what you use, it's still not appropriate. So, but I will watch Albert's show and I'm like, wait a second, I forgot all about that. And so I love our community, but thank you for that compliment, because I don't think we all know everything, but I think collectively we all kind of have a different add-on to the show. So there will be times when after I do my show, I'll go right to your guys's, so I can get a different point of view. I love point of views. I love your guys' point of view, especially, you know what I told you, I love the male perspective. So yeah, but thank you for that, and check me out, yes please. I get a little bit more cussy in mine. I'm a little bit more vocal. Albert's more politically correct, because he's
Yeah, pretty much, yes. That's very true. Of course, when I do the members one only, things do get a little spicy sometimes. I'll sit there,
it gets a little spice to it. Okay,
little spice to it. It's so yeah, the other shows like Young and Restless, Born and Beautiful, that's like the CBS apps. So like Days of Our Lives is the Peacock app. So that's how they kind of pretty much split them up.
So Peacock has them then?
Well, Peacock has Days.
Days, okay.
And like CBS streaming has Born and Beautiful, Young and Restless, because it's CBS soaps.
Gotcha. I might go ahead and why not add another streaming service? I said I would never do it, but if I can get 2 soaps in one, because then I could probably, I don't know if I would do a daily review on those, but I could probably do like a weekend review on those. That'd be fun, because Y&R, I don't know, everybody's saying that B&B's right now top line, Y&R is kind of blah blah blah. Is that so?
It's actually the opposite. Y&R is actually killing it. B&B, as Ronnie assistant says, rinse and repeat.
Well, I've heard people are upset because they didn't take Eric out, kind of like a waste of emotions.
yes, definitely. Yes, definitely so. It was just more beautiful to sit there and watch him just go out with the love and stuff like that from his family. Yes, Chendel, yes, Paramount has the CBS soaps. So.
Oh, okay. Well, Paramount has them, because Paramount has a lot of stuff. Okay, yes. I will check them out, because I have Paramount. Because then if I could do that, then I could probably do something. I could be more prepared for you next time, Albert.
Yeah, just
do the Y&R.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd definitely be fun. And it's funny, because I used to do the same thing when I did my live streams. I mean, when I did my videos, sometimes at the beginning I'd sit there and watch Brock TV's video before I did mine. But the reason why I stopped doing it is because I don't want my opinion and my thoughts to be skewed by somebody else. So it's not really something. stealing. It's just like I want to have my own unique opinion, and not be skewed by somebody else's. So I do see
Hmm.
where you're coming from with that.
And it's so hard. I ain't gonna lie, because I do post late, but it's so hard because you guys are doing your lives, and I'm like, I just want to get in. I want to. I'll see the comments, and I'll be like, oh, it's getting hot, and I'll be like, I can't listen. I gotta stop. Because
Yes.
I gotta be fresh when I do this. My mind gotta be fresh when I do this. And then that's probably why I haven't. You guys help me with my insomnia. So I can watch you guys till my eyes close, which is it's comical. So I don't. I just stay up pinned like ooh, and then I watch the comments, of course. So it's all good. But yeah, you're right. You want to watch. You want to do your show with your own fresh pair of eyes, and I like
Yeah.
doing that, even though it's
Now,
hard because you guys are posting already.
yeah, no. Trust me. I get it. It used to be the same thing for me when I used to just do GH. Brock would sit there and post his, and I'd be like, no, I can't sit there and watch his until I watch it and do my own review. So no, trust me. It just worked out better for my schedule, leaving early to be able to watch it live and do the review. But back in the day, I didn't post sometimes like 7 to 8 o'clock. That's before I did my live streams.
Not right.
It was a little bit different back then. Now, you said if you get, you have Paramount, right? You have Paramount
Yeah,
Plus,
I
right?
do. Yeah, I
So,
do.
you know,
My
would
daughter,
you,
my daughter got it because she likes to watch movies on it. I didn't even know they had soaps on that channel. I don't,
really?
okay. So I'm a sci-fi person. So I'm on the sci-fi channel. I'm on the history channel. I'm on YouTube a lot, and and then of course, like I have a Fire Stick, so I'm on on all the Marvel, Star Wars. I'm a Trekkie, so I really, yeah. So I don't pay attention to the other streamings unless it's streaming something that I want to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had Paramount for a while, so I'm gonna check it out because I'm paying for something I don't even know what's going on. I let my grandkids and her have, you know, use it. But now I'm gonna start watching it.
Thank you, Carrie. Carrie says it's official. I have a Nina Nation video Monday.
It's a who?
Carrie says it's official. I have a Nina Nation video Monday. Thank you, Carrie.
Oh, thank you, Kyrese. Yes, you guys have a phenomenal I'm gonna change positions here
Mhm.
because I need my glasses. I can't see anything, and I think my grandchild took them and did something with them. But you can keep going, Albert. I can hear you. I have good
No.
service.
Okay. But no, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know, and also, well, I wound up doing a short video, talking about Nina Nation takeover, whatever, and so that was funny for the Carly fans who don't like Nina.
I have an official Nina Nation video. Oh my gosh. And you're probably going to get a lot of people, Kyrese, because all those people were looking for a safe place for Nina where they can go into their little private area, talk about Nina and how she's being so victimized and how nobody cares about her. They all have a safe place and they need it. So
Safe
go ahead,
place.
honey. That's smart. Safe
I'm
place for
sorry.
Nina fans.
You're joking, right?
Albert, how do you feel about the Nina situation?
Um, I mean, granted, I look at it, I was like, she brought a lot of that stuff from the South, right? A lot of that stuff. She did that. She made that emotional reaction to turn people, to turn over Carly into beds. So that's on her. She knew exactly what she had at stake to lose, and she chose to do it, right? But I'm tired of Carly Smith is saying, "Well, you ruined my life. You did this. You know." And people, I'm really disliking the fact that people snitch are saying that Nina stole Carly's life when Carly effed up her own life
And
by
gave
doing
it to
what she
her.
did. Exactly.
Okay, so do I have a thing against Nina? No. I have a thing more against Esme than I do against Nina. Uh the only thing I have about Nina really is that Nina has never accepted responsibility. She's never fully accepted the responsibility of her actions. Everybody, a lot of people I know she gets hate because of the Shar thing and how she was overprotective over Shar and but that's just Nina's character. Some things we just have to realize that's just a character or that's a character flaw. But I wouldn't want my character flaw to be I never accept my own issues. And she's too old for that now. She should be growing up a lot now. She should be changing how she sees things. I did think it was a plus side of her when she said, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to salvage my relationship with my daughter. That was the first grown up thing I've heard her say in a long time. And I was really impressed with that. Now, is she going to stay to that tune? Probably not, but it's going to be interesting to see. And whatever they do, it's going to be juicy. And I mean, Carly wouldn't care about what happens with do you really think Carly would care about what happens to the whole entire thing with Crimson, other than the fact that it could affect Scout? Because she's not truly attached to that, you know?
No, she's not. She's not. Thank you, Kyrie. Yes, make sure you do hit the like button. 17 likes. I have no idea how many 17, 18 people watching. I have no idea how many likes we have. But definitely hit the like button because that really does actually help. If there's
I'm just gonna have to keep my glass on. I can't see. This is horrible with the sun glare. I got to get new glasses. Hit the like button. Everyone. Yeah, guys, hit that like button, please. And thank you guys for being patient with me in the grandchild situation. Normally, I don't have grandkids with me like this, and she came over last night because she was parents weren't feeling well. I don't know why. Now I'm not gonna be feeling well. Grandkids kill people. But I don't get to see her often, so when I do get to see her, it's always great. Mwah. Grandma gonna be not so mean. You know, I think grandma's a meanie. But yeah, guys, hit that like button.
Daphne says I'm 51 and I have several grandkids.
Oh well, God bless you. 51 with 7. I would love to have that many grandkids. If I would have known that if you have more kids, you get more grandkids, I probably would have had more kids, but I didn't want to have more kids. But I do love the grandkids. The grandkids are the reason why I feel like, yeah, that they made having kids worth it, because grandkids just think the world of you. You're forever Santa Claus without buying presents. You're just, which is why I have a little one right under me right now. It's all good though.
No, but I mean,
congratulations.
That's the thing, and thank you, Kyrie. Yes, I think we got 11 likes. So if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit the like button. It really does help. That's the thing about a live stream that's different from an actual video. And I'll talk about that in the video I'm going to put out. When you have a live stream, things happen live. You can't sit there and edit it. You can't unsay something. You can't undo something. It is what it is. If the people are gonna rock with you, they're gonna rock with you regardless. Live stream mistakes and everything like that and all. So just be the best version of yourself and everything else will fall into place.
You know, that's so crazy. That's the same thing I was saying to myself when I was talking to my daughter. So I told her I brag about you with my family.
Thank you.
And I said he's such a beautiful soul that, opened his live stream to me, because this guy's a professional. And I said, and guys, he's going to have me doing a live stream. That means that whatever I say, it's out there, So I just want to make sure everything's perfect so I can just give him my full time. And they're like, Mom, we got you. I'll be here. And actually, she just pulled up, so everything's going good. But yeah, I'm just thankful for this opportunity from Kyrie and from you. I really appreciate you opening the door for me. And I do enjoy your live streams. And I enjoyed your Danny going off, because you normally don't. You normally don't do that. I mean, you have before went off on certain other characters, but I just haven't seen one like that in a while. And I was like, ooh. So I feel like you guys make us want, if a person's not watching that, like me, you make me want to watch that. And I think that's the whole entire thing about doing this platform, is bringing more people into our shows. So when I seen that, and then I seen Kyrie's response, I was like, oh. He was just going off.
Well, that's my guy right there. That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Because I'll sit there and be like, I think Danny's a scumbag, and I think he's a coward, and I think that Brady's an 8. And then 10 o'clock will come in, and Kyrie's will literally sit there and say the exact goddamn opposite of what I just said, like 5 minutes before. And he'll literally sit there and be like, Albert, if you're watching this, I'm going to sit there and tell you every single reason why you're wrong. And I love
I was watching it yesterday and I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go down the rabbit hole. But I think we need, I was trying to find, it's not protagonist, it's another word for that. And I was trying to find the word for that before we got on live stream, because we do need that conflict person, that person to be like, well, I hear what you're saying, but let's look at it from a different point of view. Oh, you want to be on, no, your parents would not appreciate you being on YouTube. So you can't get on the camera now. So, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's like when he did the Nina thing, I still loved it because he's got a different point of view, and we can't take this. We can't, guys. We can't take this personal. These are fictional characters. They go home just like we do. They take off their clothes just like we do. They take poops just like we do. And I'm learning that too, Albert. Not to get too connected. Like, you attacked my person. Okay, you attacked a fictional character. You didn't attack me. That's all that matters, you know? And I think sometimes we get into that where because it's an emotional connection to the soap world. But we also got to remember that it's just the soap world. The channel goes off and there's another day. And your person might not be doing good now, but they'll be doing good later. Nina's going to come back. Nina's going to get Sonny back. Might take some time, but she's going to get him back. We all know that. He ain't going nowhere. He still got the ring on. When orders do you watch your soaps? Oh, she asked me asking me that?
What? No, I think she was just asking the chat.
Oh, the group. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's, I'm not gonna lie. Well, it's there's little tricks to doing this live stream that I do. Like there's times I'll sit there and talk, and maybe somebody will talk to somebody else, right? So I won't read the question because they're talking to somebody else. I'll read the question if I think it's responding to me. But
gotcha.
It's one of those things where it's like if you have 20-something, 30-something people, you can only answer so many questions at one time.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah,
because
you can only do it at one time. And some people will sit there and be like, you missed my question, or some people will sit there and get upset. I've had one person, okay, I had more than one person get upset, but I had one person that was a nut job, was like, you're going to sit there and answer my question. You're not going to sit there and skip it. And first of all, I was like, you know who you're talking to? I'm like, not to sit there and sound like I have a big head or anything like that, but are you actually telling me what I'm going to be doing? So right then and there, I shut that ish down. But most people in the chat understand that I'm one person and I can't get to every single comment. You just can't.
Right.
And if people are going to stick with you, they're going to stick with you. And if not, they can go out.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Duan, you remember that person?
Well, that's because I want to. This was going to be my. I want to do live. I want to start because I do like the fact that sometimes when there is a long show and I'm home late and I'm just getting myself together and I want to do a live instead of doing a video. So I was watching how you handle certain, and Kyrie's too, how you guys handle certain people when you're doing the live stream. As far as I heard Kyrie's tell somebody, I'm going to put you on a timeout. So it's not like you're gone forever, but you're just on a timeout. We're just going to, you're going to work through whatever you're going through, and then we'll come back at you. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't ever want to have to do that, but at the same time, I have no problems doing that because I don't want to chase out anybody that's genuinely trying to just have a good time like me. And a one bad egg can just kill everything for everyone. So I ain't got no problems with that. I don't want to do that. I want us to get along and talk about General Hospital and have fun. And it's a rah, rah, rah good time because we got so much going on right now. We got Esme and the police are going somewhere else. She's on her way to Paris. I don't care what happens to Spencer. I don't want him to die, but I don't want him. I don't want him to. I don't want nothing to happen to Tatiana. I want her to come home safe. I don't want her with Adam. There's just too much going on to be worried about. Oh, well, you said something mean about my person, because I'm gonna talk mean about my own person too.
Yes.
Kyrie
See,
said it truthfully. I ain't got no problems throwing hate and heat on Sam, Carly, Benona, all of them. They can all go into the blender, because if you're doing stupid stuff, this is what we do. This is what it calls a review too. And I'm getting better at that too, Albert. I'm trying to get more into the review phase and not the recap review phase. And every time I'm doing my notes, I hear your voice saying, Tuere, they already watched the show. Tuere, they already watched the show. So I'm like, yeah, they already know that. They already know that. So I don't have to say that. But I have to say this.
yes. No. And no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because that's something that James, taught me, because I've seen some people, I've done it too. And I've seen other people go into a whole recap. Thank you, Makai. But sometimes you gotta kind of shut ish down. But I've seen people go into a whole recap, and it's like they already watched it. Like you can talk about something to set up a scene to kind of give your opinion on it, but not go through from start to finish about everything that wound up happening. It's something that just takes time. Um,
Mm.
and I still have to sit there and look at my notes to make sure that I'm just covering what somebody else already saw. It takes time.
I'm working on it, because I started off doing recaps, not the review. And then I kind of went into the review and started going more to the review. And I don't know how I got back into the recaps again. But I noticed that I just hear your voice when I'm going too in and I'm writing too many. I'm like, stop. You already seen that. And it's not, you don't have to tell the little tiny little pieces. That's not important. You can summarize that with, and so did so and so, and then move along. So I am trying to get better at that, because I want to talk about the juicy bits. I don't want to talk about everything.
And Kyrie says live streams have honestly boosted my confidence more than ever. And
I'm
it's very
looking forward to it, Kyrie. And I hope you and Albert are hanging out with can be there and just be in the chat room like, okay, you doing okay, Tuere, stay on track. You stay on track.
Honestly, but the best thing is just to have fun. And yes,
Yeah,
and that's very true for Kyrie. Like he's much more confident, he's much more bolder, he has a lot more fun, and I think that's very important. Whenever I see Kyrie's laughing and chopping up with the chat and stuff like that, he makes them have a good time. He makes them a part of the live stream. And that's something, that's something that other big YouTubers that have way more people in their chat don't always do. So he's doing a lot better than I did when I first started. He has more numbers than when I first started, but that's something that you get over time. As long as you have a good time, everything else is going to fall into place. But you have
that's
to have a
true.
good time.
And
You
I
also have
really
to,
do
yeah,
have a good time on my videos. I am looking forward to doing a live stream. I most likely will be doing a live stream next week. I feel that because I'm getting more stronger about it in my about it in my in me doing this. And you are right, Danny Bear. Late night streams are the most hilarious. And I will most likely be doing the late night stream, because I feel like you get a different audience then, and they're not as they're a lot more relaxed. They're tired, they're laying down, either they've had a little drink or they had their little midnight coffee, and they're just kind of open to just good conversations. I watched James Lott Jr. on his late nights, and those be hilarious. Oh my goodness. And I feel like people are a lot more relaxed then.
well, I mean, you get a mixed crowd. I mean, the thing about the internet is that you're going to get your good people, you're going to get your bad people. And I would sit there and say, set the pace, set the tone, right? Do that from jump because people can sit there and say some crazy stuff. And you have to be like, hey, listen, if you say something like this and you keep from just saying this, if other people in the chat are going to be comfortable with that, because if not, shut that ish down. You're all here to have a good time. But certain people will sit there and say things that's just kind of out of pocket. You gotta be like, you don't have to be mean or rude about it. But it's like, yo, listen, just kind of chill out because that's a little kind of over top. That's a little kind of overdue. So it's like,
Yeah,
you know.
that's true. Like I was watching a live stream, and I'm not gonna say who the platform was, but they were talking about people with disabilities, and me and Akisha, we were both on the point. We're like, look, we didn't see Curtis, and she said it. She said it. I just liked it. She said it. Well, we didn't see Curtis fall. We didn't see Curtis have any intimacy issues. We didn't see Curtis do anything, and now he's walking. That's it. And somebody else said, well, nobody has time to see people with disabilities. And I'm like, what are you talking about? People with disabilities, that's real life. Shh, go in there with mommy. Go in there with mommy, King. Go in there with mommy. Go in there with Auntie Kyrie. Go in there with your auntie. Yeah, babysitter's here. So he said that so somebody got on, we don't want to see people with disabilities, and that's not what I want to see, and I want to see so and so and so and so. And I'm like, but what about the people with disabilities that are watching this show, that are in wheelchairs, that are intimate, that want to see themselves being represented? And I was like, that is so true, because there's a whole entire, it's just not, everything's not perfect. The world's not perfect. And we do want fantasy in our soap operas, but we also want a little bit of realistic in there too. And I was upset that we didn't see Curtis one time fall out of his wheelchair. One time. One time. Not a, oh, I feel it, I can't get up. Not a, oh, baby, or not even intimate. And now he's going to be intimate with Portia. It's like, are you serious? Like, people in wheelchairs can't have sex. What? And I was just like, that's just, ugh. I wasn't happy. I was not happy with the Curtis storyline. I didn't feel any sorriness for him. I wasn't happy when he could feel some on those gnarly toes. I didn't feel, going there with mommy. I didn't feel any of that. And I'm not even excited about seeing him walk. The happiest point for me, Albert, was the toes. I seen them toes. I was like, maybe I wouldn't have had, I maybe used a fake foot or something. I don't know, man. Not that. It wasn't a good look for you, man.
Well, I mean, it wasn't a good look for Jocelyn. It wasn't a good look for us to sit there and watch her little ashy ass feet. But that's entirely different. And what's really funny is that I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going to sit there and really kind of get into it. I'll probably sit there and talk more about it after live is ended. But when you sit there, I was like, yeah, no, I already know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
kind of weird because I could sit there and record a lot of my live streams and stuff that goes on. Which is why we sit there and say set the pace, set the tone. Because I had to sit there and learn early on the stuff that I let get away. The fact that, and it's funny too, because I'll sit there and say Mrs. J. I'll call her Mrs. J. Said that I was too nice. And it's very true. And I had to sit there and start being kind of a dick. So,
You, Albert, being a dick?
Yeah.
Even when you say you're being, okay, so when you tell, okay, so I watch you, right? So every time you say, okay, I'm about to be a dick about this, so and so and so, I said, that's not being a dick. That's just telling it like how it is.
Well, yes, but see, and that's the thing though, because like with us, we could sit there and be like normal. So Makai, here we go. I was just going to say, Mrs. J.
Hey, Mrs. Jessica Love, how you doing? What?
Like to say it, but he don't ever be one.
No, he don't ever be one. I'll be waiting for the dick move. I'll be like, okay, let me hear it, Albert. Let me hear you be one. No, that ain't it. I could have been a better D than you were. That's why I watch you guys, because I want to be in a good balance of, I can't be a D because I don't have a D, but being a D versus, being extra D. Because sometimes I feel like when I first started, I was a little extra. So I'm trying to get into the middle ground more of not, okay, I see this person and this person's flaws. I'm not going to rip them to shreds. I'm not going to spend my my video time ripping this person to shreds. I'm just going to point out the fact and I'm going to move on. I might laugh, might make a joke about it, but I'm going to move on. So you're not being a D. I'll be waiting. Be like, that ain't a D. Now this is what you could have said. But again, you're getting that, So when I hear you when you say things like, well, yeah, but if you're going to be making money off this platform, then
certain things you can and you can't sit there and say, don't say it. I do that, my guy. I do throw shit on the low. And it's really funny too. As I was sitting there talking, and the minute I said Mrs. J, Jess just appears like a goddamn genie. I love it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the reason why I sit there and say is because I've said things like there was one point where I said that Brooke Logan was pathetic, right? Because of some reason, right? And then I look at my comment section and somebody was like, you made me very upset that you said that Brooke was pathetic. I was like, you do realize that I was talking about a fictional character and you said that you're getting upset because I called a fictional character pathetic.
And you could have used another word.
Yeah.
For the Logans. You could have used a whole nother word for them. And this is where I'm learning the in-between that we were talking about. Like you called her pathetic. I thought he would have called her something a lot more not so nice. You know what I'm saying? But
well, if it was up to Kyrie's, I'm pretty sure Kyrie's would have been a lot more colorful with his words.
Yes, he would have. That's why I watch everybody's lives, because you just get all these great perspectives, and he's very, very colorful with his words. What's he saying? So I can cuss that lady out. Those Logan stitches can't be trusted. They can't be. They can't be. But Kyrie, I feel the same way about Nina, honey.
And like I said, in my last live stream, I did a video talking about Nina Nation or whatever. And like I said, Mrs. Jess actually disliked my video. So thank you, Jess. I appreciate that.
Yeah, wait a minute. You can see who dislikes your video?
No, she told me. She literally sat there and told me.
It's because we want to see Nina take her penance. We want to see Nina say, or be true to who she is. And Albert, you got to agree with me on this. And Kyrie, you too. If I'm going to be F you, I took your company, F you, I sure did. I sure did. Like the whole entire SEC thing. If you're going to sit there and make the call, then be the woman instead of say, I sure did, especially after you get busted. I sure did. And I'll do it again. I don't like her. I don't want her. And I don't want her around me and mine. Okay? She's a liar. She's this, she's that. And she had to go. I think Sonny would have appreciated Nina more if Nina would have just told him the truth, because you see how he didn't care about her losing Crimson. He's like, well, they're going back and forth. He probably would have did the same thing with that. Oh, well, they're going back and forth. Nina did this. She told me all about it. I still love her. But be who you is, because I'm the kind of woman that if I'm gonna do something janky to you, I ain't gonna hide about it. Oh no! In fact, I'm gonna be the one sitting there eating popcorn while you going through it. Oh, did that hurt? I know you're gonna come back at me, but I'm gonna come back even harder. And I think that's the problem with certain people and Nina, is that we want Nina to either stand up and say, "Yes, I did it," and F you. Or just don't do it. I mean, I'm just tired of that. Oh, they're all hurting and attacking me. What the hell is that? You just was sitting here. Girl, come on. I'm just, that's all. And Carly does, because Carly is tragic and toxic. She does toxic, tragic stuff. But guess what happens when Carly gets busted? Yeah, I did it. Sure did. And nobody likes that about Carly. Why? She did it. Nina did it. Stand up and say you did. Throw your hair back. She's a hiderist. Who is she running from? And then she can get in Cyrus's face. She can get in Drew's all crazy, all up in her face, and she's standing her ground like a strong woman she is. But as soon as she's done, oh, woe is me. Oh, girl, cut it. Ow. You like 50-something years old. Girl, you better stop that, because I know We wait for this age, Albert. We wait for the 40s so we can drop it off like it is and walking like I have no shame. I said it and I'm standing by it. You want to fight? And that's the only thing I have against Nina is that whole entire. Oh, I'm such. And Carly called her out. You are such a victim. Stop being a victim, Nina. You are a high risk. What did Valentin say to her? You're Nina. You're Nina. Nina Reeves. You know. And I want Valentin and Nina to get back together. I'm gonna say it just that. I'm gonna say it right now. Because the chemistry was Kimming. Talking about she got two gorgeous legs to stand on. Go ahead and wrap them around Valentin and have some fun then, girl. Make Sonny mad. Did you see how he was at that table? Yeah.
Nina ain't nobody. Okay, okay, Jess. Now Kyrie's has a comment for you.
Yes, Kyrie, stand up and own it. Own your stuff. I did it in your face, B. What? Fight me. You took my daughter from me. Fight me. I know she crazy, but who she get it from? So come on. Nail didn't fall from apple. The apple didn't fall far from the tree, boo. Come after me. I'll have you back in Ferncliff or wherever and Nelson Carly. When she said Carly pushed her down the stairs. I mean, and if we're not going to have Willow back, Albert, can you talk to GH and tell him to bring Nell? We want Nell.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll take Nell if Nell isn't so one note. That's my only issue with Nell. Nell was very one note. She was very, I got to get back at Carly. I can't.
She was Esme on steroids.
Yeah.
You're right.
But Esme was going after multiple people though. See, that's the thing. Like Esme wanted to go after Portia. She wanted to go after Jocelyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was going after multiple people. It wasn't just Spencer and Trina. Yes, now it seems like his focal point on Trina, but she had problems with Joss as well.
Yeah, she did. And I don't know where well, I know why she's mad at Trina, because she's jealous. Spencer loves Trina and she does, even though I honestly think deep down she does not love Spencer, but she does not appreciate the fact that he's loving somebody more than her. But yes, I want Nell back too, but I want Nell to come back as vengeance for Nina. But that when they were at the gravesite, that's the Nell I want. I want to bring them down, and me and you together can do it. I was like, yes, because right now Willow ain't talking to her. Bring back Nell. We don't know. We never found Nell's body, and we all know in General Hospital and all soap worlds if there's no body, that person's not dead. That person come back at any time. You bring back Nell, and I agree with Albert on this. Don't make her so one-dimensional. You can bring back Nell. Don't make her so one-dimensional, but bring her back for a vengeance weapon, because I don't think Nina has it in her, but Nell can drive it home. And I think that'll be Nina's arc, will be her daughter, trying to get her daughter to stop, like Heather was trying to save Esme. Put her in jail, please. I think that would be her arc. And it's messy. Because Nell come back, then we got to go through the custody thing again. I mean, she's not going to have custody, but then there's a little violent. And that's going to make Willow and Michael just... Yes! Come on. I want it. Come on, Albert. You know you have a little touch over there with the GH people. Go ahead and just, rub that little story a little bit.
Kyrie says, let's talk about that fine man, Mr. Brennan, returning. I'm so excited for that. He needs to stick around forever as pure evil.
Do you think they're going to bring Brennan back full though?
I mean, I know they're going to bring him back. I don't know how long they're going to bring him back, but I'm not going to lie. When they brought Brennan in, he was fresh blood. He was exactly what the show needed.
Yeah.
They needed somebody like him that was different, that was just fresh, I mean, that's not like Chase, but and I like a lot of the other cast as well, but when's the last time we actually had somebody new? Let's think about that. When was the last time we had somebody new? And I get that the cast is really bloated, but still. Also,
well, we're getting rid of people.
12 months, yes. Thank you.
We're getting rid of people, so maybe. How I feel about bringing Brennan back now. They've weakened Brennan. He's in jail. I didn't know he was in Penville. When I heard he was in Penville, I was a little upset. I was like, this is you had connections. You were WSB. You should have been able to get yourself out of that, bro. I'm just saying that I would have blamed it on everybody underneath me and said I was there to clean it up. But because his hand technically was in nothing. He didn't do anything. He was just talking to Carly. So the dude that they arrested, the guy, what was his Roman? Roman should have been the fall guy, not Brennan. So to me, I feel like if they bring Brennan, he'll be cocky in a jail orange suit, but ain't everybody cocky in an orange suit?
You know,
I don't know.
You know what's really interesting about doing these lives a lot of times is like I have to sit there and imagine that some of the writers or some of even maybe even the actors are sitting there watching this, you know. YouTube is like the number one platform that a lot of people watch. They may not watch Twitch, they may not watch Kick or whatever, but they watch YouTube. And
Yes.
if you know you got Nathaniel that's sitting there watching different people and stuff like that, you know Nathaniel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mason, who was on my live stream. I can only imagine what some of the other actors are like. I don't wonder what they sit there thinking about my character, you know, which would probably
I
be good.
watched that live stream when you brought Kyrese in.
Yes.
So hilarious. Oh gosh. I was so happy for you though, Albert. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yes, yes. Because you know why? Because your platform is a safe place.
Thank
So
you. I'm trying to make it a safe place. I mean, it's a safe place to some extent because I wasn't there lacking for a while. I was being too nice. I did let things go too far. And then there was times where I did sit there and added to some of the drama. You know, one of the things that I did was it's about debate, it's about ideas. It's not always about proving someone wrong. You know, it's not let me
right.
sit there and come up with this argument to sit there and beat you or anything like that. That's something that I had to sit there and learn. So a lot of times I'll sit there and be like, well, you know, I agree to disagree. But I didn't always do that in the beginning. So
I hear
it's
you say that a lot. I can agree to disagree on that one.
yeah, exactly. Because sometimes it's like I just disagree. Sometimes I sit there and think that your idea is just batshit crazy. But either way, I agree to disagree. You know?
I like your comments when they're batshit crazy. Because you don't call them batshit crazy. You do the nice proper word of bless your heart. Mm, bless your heart.
I got
Okay.
I got to do that sometimes with let's just sit there and call her Mrs. J. You know, because
Ah,
sometimes she gets her diva energy, and I have to be like, all right, here we go tonight. But
I ain't because
it's all
I'm a diva, so I ain't gonna say nothing about that. I'm gonna stay out of that one. I'm gonna stay out of that threshold. But I want to ask you a question because I didn't even talk about it yesterday on my show last night because I was just so over it. The surrogacy.
you know, I'm here for the mess. I'm here for the mess because here's the thing: we all know it's going to be a mess. We just want to sit there and see how it unfolds.
Yes. Because why? Okay, so she hasn't had an actual doctor's appointment. She hasn't had an actual ultrasound. There has been nothing done but a test that Molly just forced upon her and said, yes, take this test. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, so normally you would tell a person this after you've had your first appointment. Normally you would invite your family over after you've had your first ultrasound. Only way I will get vested in this story is if she turns out to not to be pregnant. And it takes 6 months to a year for it to happen. And we go through Molly and I'm trying to stay focused on, I want to see some trauma with this. There's no trauma. She found out she couldn't have babies and all of a sudden now she's having a baby. There was no lapse of watching mothers with their kids, watching just one show with Willow, and that was it. That was it. And little Amelia was sliding down her lap. I was like, you can't even hold a baby properly. Why you want one? You just want something because somebody else got it. I am not vested into this story. I wish they would give TJ something more than this, an affair or something. Yeah.
Yes, see, that's what people have been wanting. People been sitting there saying maybe TJ should sit there and get with get with Christina, have a little one night stand or whatever. Things go
And then
sideways.
she get
Something like
pregnant. And then
that.
she get pregnant. That, ooh, that
See,
would be
that would have been like a night. See, that would have been like a '90s, early 2000 kind of story
yes.
that we
Yes.
would be like interested in. Now we don't really. It's kind of like we're just getting whatever we get at this point, and we got to pray to the gods that it's actually somewhat decent. Get a low
Well, we got two writers. Well, I know Elizabeth was already on it, but she was in the background. But the new one, Mr. McKay, he was the guy in the 90s. The only issue, and I got this off of James's live, was we could have new writers, but if Frank ain't gonna change the narrative, we're gonna keep getting what we're getting. Because they can sit there and say, hey, we got this great story, everybody's clamoring for this story. But if the head ups say nah, and we're going to keep getting the same soup and porridge. And I'm a football watcher. I don't know if you watch football, Albert, but I watch football. I feel like if your team is sucking and you're losing, you're not just going to change out the quarterback and the head coach. You're going to change out everybody in the leadership position because you don't want the same play. Now, I'm not saying get rid of Frank. We can't get rid of Frank. That's just not going to happen. But if we're going to bring in new writers, then let's let them have a little bit more freedom with changing the narrative. That's why they didn't win an Emmy for their writing, because it sucks. It's horrendous. We got Emmys for everything else, but not for writing. That should have told you we were going to get new writers right there. You know what I'm saying? So we get new writers. I want new energy. I want them to be allowed to create a new platform. Give us something. Help save these stories. And I am proud of how they ended the Finn story. I am, because at one time it was worse than the surrogate story. Now, if they turn the surrogate story to something like how they did Finn, then it'll be more worth it us watching all these hours of agonizing. Oh, I just love you, sister. Oh, I just love you too. It's gonna happen. Everything's gonna be so perfect. And I'm like, are y'all real world or what? I mean, where are y'all at? This can't be reality. Even in the soap world, there's no such thing as a perfect thing. So, but I'm hoping for a turnaround. Something happened. I don't know. And I hope Blaze is an Alcazar.
Oh, I missed that part.
Because what are we doing with her if she's not? What is Blaze's purpose? Other than coming every other day and showing up on Christina's door. I mean, weird, like unannounced. That was just weird to me. Like you and your pop-ups. Is that appropriate? I mean, sorry, I'm just messing with my hair. I do that when I get nervous. What are you doing, Blaze? Are you coming? Are you going?
You don't seem nervous though. See, that's the thing though. Like I wouldn't even have actually thought that you was nervous. And I mean, dead serious. Like I've been on streams with other people, and I can feel that they're nervous. The crowd can feel that they're nervous. So whatever you're doing, sit there and say,
I start to mess with my dreadlocks, and I'll be like, yeah.
it was very
It's just a nervous tick. Oh, okay. But yeah, I want to see what's. I don't want Christine just to have a girlfriend. I want it because that's just okay. Yeah, another relationship. I want it to be spicy, and I'm already trying to question Blaze and her situation. Now I do see that they're going to play it up where the out in the open, because you've seen Christine lie to Molly about who she was talking to on the phone.
Yeah, that was still out of pocket. Yes.
And so I'm like, so Christine, you're going to go head on with Blaze's thing. You're not even going to tell your family about this person. Oh, come on. Don't. Yeah. Hey, my sister, my mama gonna know. Okay. They know that you were out there. They're not going to get you out there and get you your name in trash, but I should not be lying to my family about who I'm dating. Now, if that's where they're going, if that's the juice, then that's not juice to me. That's sad. Who forgot to tell? Oh, yeah, y'all hit them like buttons. Yes.
Thank you, Queen Becky.
Dewan, I'm with you on that. I hope I'm saying your name right, Dewan.
No,
or should I say Malcolm X? Is that
Malcolm X? You said, actually, Chief, you said it a lot better than I said when I first had him in my live streams. But I think at this point, everyone already knows that I'm very bad with names. So
it's okay. But I want her to be an Alcazar too, and it would make perfect range because we all know that Alexis killed Alcazar's brother. So well, he Alcazar's brother was a
Yes.
douchebag, but yeah, she blew him. She killed him. So that would be the perfect reason for them going after her daughter. And I'm hoping Blaze is like torn because she's like, I'm falling for her though.
See,
I'm
that would be
falling for her.
good. That would be good. I'm just hoping that like this video gets out there and the writers are like, this could work. And honestly,
Yeah,
I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be like, you could sit there and cut me a check because I was talking about this. I'll just be like, hey, listen, and that's cool. Because honestly, tell you, I would like to sit there and think that it's something that James said, and I think somebody else said. We talk about these shows. We also keep these shows going, and in a lot of ways, we promote these shows. We champion for these shows, and yeah, we can be. Some people can be kind of harsher than others when it comes towards these shows. I know I am, but at the end of the day, we still champion for these shows. So I like to sit. That's why I said I would not just to toot my own horn, but I like to sit there and think. Have a night, Lashanta. I like to sit there and think that in a lot of ways that they are looking like, hey, y'all helping us out. At the
right,
very least.
right. Well, I have to solidly agree with that. I have to solidly agree with that. As a person who doesn't has not really watched Y&R and B in a long time, you guys make me want to be like, okay, I gotta find a way where I can watch this, where I'm not paying out of the butt, because there's something going on here that this sound too good to pass up. So I do agree with that, and I feel like we do love this show, and I'm a parent, so I see it like this: you discipline your child, that don't mean you don't love your child. It means you want your child to do better. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about the show, we're not just, I hate this show, they need to cancel it and cut it. No. I want my show to do better because I know my show can do better and I expect better. I expect better. Y'all come on now. We all too old for this. Y'all been around for how many years? And James said it best. This show was created by women because we wanted to deal with issues that we see in this world. And what better but to have a show like that with a male perspective on the background saying, well, oh my goodness, I just love it. And I don't want this show to end. I do not want General Hospital to be canceled. I don't want Y&R. I don't want B&B. We've lost too many good shows already. When I told you, Albert, we lost all my children and One Life to Live, it almost broke my heart. So we don't hate on these shows. That's love. We want you to do better, and give us something different. I'm gonna keep it real. They're not gonna probably let us see too much of the scenes between our gay people. You see what they did to the doctor and Yuri.
Yep.
You see what they did to Brad and Finn. Was it Brad and
Brad
Finn?
Hook.
Not Brad. Brad, Mrs. Wu's cousin,
No, yeah,
nephew, whatever. And
yeah.
oh boy, who he used to, and Felix. So are they we're all getting happy about Christine and Blaze, but are we gonna see them slightly hold fingers like this and that's it? I mean, I'm not looking for full sex scenes, guys. They don't show sex scenes too much on here anyway. But I want to see more than just a relationship because I know they're not going to let them be a functional relationship for whatever reason. I'm not the person who decides that. But can we get a story out of it then?
Yeah.
Can Blaze be an Alcazar who falls in love with a Cassadine? Well, she's not a Cassadine. She's a Corinthos who falls in love with a Corinthos. And that even makes it even better because not only is Christina Alexis's daughter, but she's Sonny's daughter too. And Alcazar hated with the all-fire passion of passions, Sonny Corinthos. So if we're not going to be able to see Blaze and Christina develop a love story, then at least can we have them have a story?
Yes. You said it best. Honestly, tell you the truth, you said it best. I 100% agree with literally everything that you said.
Thank you.
No, I do. It was smart and it was on point. Definitely. I couldn't have said anything better than myself, so I'm not even gonna sit there and try to top it because I would just ruin what you already said.
No, you couldn't. never could ruin it.
But before we go, is there anything that you want to sit there and say as far as wrapping this up? I'll sit there and give you the floor.
Come on, General Hospital, give us the juice. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and Mr. Albert. I want to do a live stream with Albert again. I don't care if it's with multiple people. I think that's even more fun. I really enjoyed this, Albert. I'm sad that we're hanging up the phone already because I've had such a good time.
Well, I don't want you to I don't want you to actually log off, but I want to talk to you afterwards. So I'm gonna hit the log off. We'll still talk, but yes.
Okay. So hold on, baby. Hold on. So I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with us for this time and dealing with me and the grandkids because this has been crazy. And I just want to keep General Hospital, just give us juice. If you're not going to give us these certain scenes, then give them stories. Give Yuri and the doc story. Give them a story so we can at least see them. Why would you waste money on casting a member and you're not going to use them? Bring Brad back. Where's he at? Where's Miss Wu? I need my Miss Wu. Sonny needs people other than Cy, who's on a TV evangelist right now. And I want to see him. I want to see him have a cult. I know they've done it before, but what else is Cy doing? He's not really a man of God. He's just a man of trying to get something going. But I want to see something happen with that. Not just Cy disappears with this TV evangelism and we never hear anything else about it. And Albert, before we go, what is going to happen with that now that there's a change in Crimson? Is Cy going to still have his channel? Is Drew going to allow that?
Oh.
Is Carly going to allow that? Are they going to allow Cy to have his channel? And if Cy can't get his channel, is he going to turn back his promise to Nina and have Sonny arrested? These are the questions I have in my head.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. I gotta think about that. That's good questions. I'm gonna sit there and write that down. And I'm gonna write that down. That's good. That's good.
When I seen it, I was like, when Carly finds out that this could have messed things up for Sonny.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
So, there's a lot more to that. There's just all kinds of things I can add to that. But yeah, that's just the little first part right there. So that's another story. Are they going to use it or are they going to let it just fall apart?
That's a good one. That's a good one. And thank you, Becky D. And Kyrie says, yes, this was awesome. Loved every single minute. I envision a collab between us in the very near future. It's going to be lit. Have a good night.
Thank you, Kyrie. So you have good studying.
Yes. Thank you again. Thank you for coming through. I know that the time difference was kind of throwing you off and stuff like that. So the next time we do it, we're going to plan this a lot better. But I do appreciate your time. Definitely hang out with me for just like maybe a minute or so.
Albert, of course, anything for you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. And you did great, by the way. Your first live, you're amazing. You was not nervous. You were just open and you came across as confidence, and fun. You had a lot of fun, and that's
it was a lot of fun.
Exactly. You do that in your own live streams, you'd be good. So
thank you.
Thank you again. Like I said,
thank you, everybody. Hit that like button.
Exactly. Also visit her channel. She does her soap opera reviews as well, General Hospital. I'm going to leave the link to her channel in the description box, so definitely check that out. Subscribe to her channel. Her first live was amazing. I approve, and I really wouldn't sit there and say that if I didn't believe it. So,
well, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all all. If you're members, I'm going to sit there and see you tonight. If you're not members, definitely join. We're going to have a great time. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next live stream. Laters.